Chidi is saying that the state of education is messed up because the system is messed up. Yeah, I think one of the problems that we have, when you say the system, I think when you take away the, what's the word I'm looking for? When you take away the running of education away from the local governments and put it at the federal level, then that's a problem. I think we need to get away from, we need to get the local governments working. Chidi, let me get you on. Let me send you a message on, yeah, I'll do that. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Right, I've sent you a link on your messenger. So, yeah, Chidi, I've sent you a link on your messenger. So I was saying that, yeah, we need to move away from a centralized government to more back to local governments. Let the local governments manage the schools as they used to before. Because when it's, I mean, it's, you know, local problems, local solutions. So I'm bringing on Chidi. Chidi, how are you?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
I'm all right.
Sorry, I had to install the app and everything before I could get on.
Yeah, I watch some of your shows sometimes in the mornings when you do them. You're very fiery.
Yeah, I watch your shows too, but you know, like I got into this politics thing and it took my time. But now that I'm back, I want to get more into what you're doing because you're.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Where were you doing politics? In the East?
Yeah, I ran for governorship of Enugu State. And
really?
Sowore, yeah, that's why I was saying it's difficult for me to talk without getting political, but it's okay.
Right. Let's get political. Let's get political if you want.
No, it's okay. I wanna run with your own. You're talking about education. You know what? Everything is all connected. You know, it's all connected. And somebody was asking you, why did you go back? And you know, a lot of my friends here, they think I'm crazy. They think for me to have left Canada to go to Nigeria to run in the election was like that. I was cuckoo. Okay,
yeah.
But just like you said. You're here, you know, everything is relatively okay, the system is working, but something just keeps on nudging you and telling you that, you know, you just can't abandon where you came from, you know. There's constant reminders about where things are back home. You have family and all that. So it just makes you never really, you know, detach yourself from what's going on in Nigeria. So that's why I went back. But then coming back to what you're talking about, the state of education in Nigeria is in a horrible state of I don't even know the right word to use, but it's all messed up, for choice of words, because like I said, the system is messed up. If I am to go by what I saw in Nigeria, my brother, I don't even know where to start. You see, so many private schools are springing up in Nigeria. The level of education has fallen. It has hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
There's so many private schools out there. They're being run, you know, highly below standard, and there's no regulation. Every tiny school is an international school. This one international school, that one international.
You're right.
And you go to the international school, and the teachers there, they cannot even qualify to be teaching in a nursery school, in a kindergarten. And they are preparing people for WAEC. And can you believe this, my brother? I don't know if you know this, but the reason, somebody was telling me that the reason why some states score number 1 and number 2 in in WAEC is that it's become a state project that all the students who are registered for WAEC, they get answers to the WAEC exam a week or some days before the WAEC, the whole students.
Yeah.
Sponsored by the state. Can you believe that?
Wow, I've never heard that one before.
I never heard that before, but when I asked somebody else collaborated the story, so you can imagine when it's become a state affair. An uncle of mine, I was in their house, and the son came back from school crying, and it was like, "What happened?" I said, "The teacher flogged him."
Yes.
Why? Because he had refused, because this is a Christian family, he had refused to write exams for another chap in their class. This is primary 4. So his teacher had taken money from another parent so that my nephew could write exams. This is primary 4, could write exams for that other boy.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this, right? I mean, these are things that have been happening for years, right? Yeah. And unfortunately, I find that even when people break them up, most people will say, "Well, everybody does it, so why shouldn't I?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where do we start from where do we start trying to get a paradigm shift back to our moral values of years gone by?
Good. Let me bring a little bit of politics into this.
Sure.
Based on my observation, what I saw back home. What I saw was when we were campaigning, we noticed that the regular politicians, the everyday politicians, they were not campaigning to the people. They were not campaigning about their manifesto. They were not trying to tell people what they were going to do. And I couldn't understand it, okay? They were busy doing some other things because they understood how the system works. I'm going to be writing a book. And in this book, my confusion is, I'm asking, how do I go back and talk about corruption to my uncles and my aunties and the elders in the village when collectively the village sponsored or spearheaded a system of rigging where they were collectively shared, money was collectively shared to them. Like people who are supposed to know more than the other people have institutionalized corruption. Yeah. They have made them believe that this is the way things should be.
So let me ask you this. Are you back in Canada now?
Yeah, I'm back in Canada. I'm back in Toronto.
I mean, how long have you been in Toronto?
I've been in Toronto for, it's getting to 12 years now.
Okay, so, I mean, some people listening to you would say, where have you been? Because everything you're talking about is things that we know. You're talking about people sharing money. You're talking about villages trying to vote the same. You're talking about...
You should have heard me out. No, you should have heard me out. Sorry. Before these things were, look, crime has always been there.
Yes.
People have always lied. Prostitution has been there. Cheating in exams have been, and it's even here in Canada. People have requested for bribes from me here in Canada. So insurance companies, there's 419 here, it's everywhere. So it's nothing new. Okay, yes. I'm not trying to sound like cliche and say no. But I'm trying to tell you that it used to be done with some element of fear. There's a difference between someone being naked outside and trying to cover themselves, They still have some moral in them, they still have some human element in them. And you see the other guy walking on the street, just smiling, and they're naked, and you get what I'm saying. Now, what is going on in Nigeria that is really alarming and very disturbing is that before you would be rigging an election and doing this thing and hiding and even denying. But now people come ahead of time and they call a meeting in the open and they talk about how the money will be shared. You know what I'm saying? And they thumbprint the ballot papers in the open. It's no longer, when a society has gotten to that, when the moral fiber of the society is eroded, we are beginning to get close to the animal. We're no longer human beings. That's my fear. That's my fear. So many things are now being condoned. In the past, somebody will bring money and will question, where did they get the money from? Now, people will build a church and we would say, yes, even though it's drug money, but at least now the guy tried.
Yeah, so what you're saying, Chidi, what I hear you say is that yes, all these things have happened before, but the way we do it now is with impunity. Like basically, yeah, there's no thoughts as to consequences, there's no thought as to shame, there's no thought as to, let me just hide my sins so that, yeah. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you, what party did you run under for governorship?
I ran under the African Action Congress with Omoyele Sowore.
Okay, so let me ask, because what I've noticed in the last, forever, is that there seems to be no ideologies for all these parties. They always there never seems to be an ideal. There never seems to be like in the US or in the UK. You can say, well, the Labour Party is for the workers, is for lower taxes, is for this, is for that. But in Nigerian political parties, I've never seen where they say these are the ideologies of a party, and we want to ensure that this is our position on immigration, our position on health, our position on education. There's none of that. So then, how do you now want to talk to people about policy?
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, now we're discussing politics. You see, in the past, let me even say, like in the past, the past 20 years or so, right?
Yeah.
It's been like a one-party thing. They've been there, they've recycled themselves until we had the change with APC, right? But then when APC came in, they did not come as an entirely new party. It was still people from PDP that came out and formed APC. And then when it was no longer favorable to them, they ran back to PDP and tried to wrestle the power. So it's been the same people. That's the point I was trying to make to you, that there was no, for 20 years plus, our people stopped hearing from politicians. Politicians don't go campaigning and talking about what they're going to do to the people. No, nobody was doing that. None of those was going on. So when we came with our African Action Congress ideology, for the first time, the first thing we encounter, whenever they come, they say, give us money. Then we would say, no, we don't give money. First of all, they are shocked. And how could a politician boldly tell you he's not going to give you money? Because it's a no. No politician says that, right? Yeah. And so now they're like, so what do you have? Then we start talking about our ideology. We have, if you go to our website, you'll see we have a Spicer Heat where we listed the things you're talking about, what we're going to do with security, with education, with power, all of those, we listed it out. Yeah. They started listening to us. They were listening to us, actually. We engaged them. And, for the first time in a long time, a politician actually came to talk about what he was going to do. But you know what? They told us bluntly, you know what? You guys came, but, it's a little bit too late. That it was going to be difficult to vote for us because now they were already they were hooked to these other parties. They've taken monies from them. They've been led to believe that it's so complicated. They've been trapped into this thing of you took money from us, we did this for you. So it was almost becoming like a cult, right? So they needed to be done with this phase of things. So that, our people are not, that's one thing about our people, and the politicians exploited it. Our people are not very mean people. When our people take, the average Nigerian, when he takes something from you, even though he says, you know what, I'm just going to take his money and vote somebody else. Either they are being spiritual or they are being traditional in their belief, but they're going to say, oh boy, now wow, this one where I don't chop this guy money, make I go just put sand for him. I don't make something go, make the money where I chop, come, no, let the money, let me not get choked by the money that I've taken.
Yeah, I mean, like, so one of the things I saw, I don't know if you saw this video, this little girl who was kicked out of school because of, do you see that?
I saw the little girl, yeah, I did.
And you know, all I was thinking was that it's possible that somebody that could have helped her in the last few months had possibly collected 1,000 naira to vote.
I'm just telling you that there is, like I said, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to talk more about my experiences back home. It is, and you're in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, I'm in Lagos.
You're in Lagos. You saw how just because they wanted to win an election, they just threw this very wicked ideology about tribal thing about Igbos and Yorubas that was non-existent. Why did they do that? Just because they wanted to win an election. That was deadly. People could have been killed for all they cared. After the election, people were killed. Yes, people were killed. Yeah. But after the election, what happened to that sentiment? It was just because of election. You see how deadly we could get with the election in Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it just seemed like it's just a money thing. And I personally am quite amazed as to how somebody will mortgage his future for a pot of beans.
But why not? The people are hungry. The people were kept hungry for a long time. Do you know it was systemic? It was systemic. I came to look. I moved as I'm not a politician, but because of my involvement in politics, I had to hang around certain circles. You know, it's not just like if you're selling drugs, you're gonna hang around drug dealers, right? If you're selling books, you're gonna hang around booksellers. So I got to hang around some circles where you found out that it was deliberate. The government could have embarked on programs that would have empowered people, that would have alleviated poverty, because they had. Do you know the amount of money that was spent during the election? So I have no idea. Exactly. So they had all this money. They had them in billion vans. They had all this money. And you know, the currency of exchange during this political period was dollars. It wasn't even naira. It was dollars.
Wow.
Hard currency. So they systematically piped down on all the programs that would have alleviated poverty, and they kept people hungry and poor until election, and they opened their bullion vans, and they opened their safes, and they started sharing the money. So the people were now struggling and scampering for the money. So they was already poor. The people were already poor. So
Chidi, let me ask you this, because I mean, like, you know, prior to the elections, there was this whole "not too young to run" campaign, and you know, I'm quite happy and proud that you actually heeded the call.
Yeah.
But the question I want to ask is this: I hope your experience that you've just gone through will not hinder you from trying again.
No way. In fact, what I am glad is that we were able to ignite. We saw it. We ignited the minds of the youth. So what is going to put the nail on the? You see, we could understand with them. Like for someone like me, I was frustrated, but very soon my frustration went to understanding with the youth. Okay, you have to understand. It's taking some of these guys who are 16 years now were born into the system. They don't know anything different. So this is the first time that we are coming to them with bare hands, without security, without entourage, just standing and just talking to them directly and saying, well, hey, look at me, I'm competing. I want to be governor of Enugu State. Initially, it sounded like a joke, but then they saw that you were serious and they saw that, hold on, you mean I can actually contest without having all the money, without being part of a cult, without, you know what I'm saying, without having a godfather, a godmother, money back. So now we have ignited this thing in them and they're all warming up. And now they're going to be able to use this coming 4 years to actually understudy these people and be able to see that what we told them is actually the truth. Now they're going to have a chance to see if the House of Representative guy they elected, because we already told them, watch out, this guy is not going to come back. We already told them, watch out, what this guy said he was going to do, he's not going to do it. We actually told them, watch your councillors. Let's see what he's going to do. So now they have a chance to look at these people and judge them. And I know that my name is Chidi, that these guys are going to fall flat on their bellies, because what structure they have, what system they're operating is built on quicksand. And it's just a matter of time before they're going to fall.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And you just made a point which I never thought about until today. And the point which you alluded to was that a lot of kids who are maybe between 16 and 20, right?
Yeah.
Have been born into a system where corruption and criminality is rewarded, as opposed to the foreign ethos of hard work, perseverance, and sacrifice.
Exactly.
So, and worse than that, their role models and their idols are all criminals.
now you got it.
So what do you want them to do? I mean, what do you want them to do?
Exactly. Like they sound, when we talk to them, you could pierce through their eyes, you could see right through their eyes, to their hearts, that they don't know any better. They're not trying to do what, it's not pretentious. They're just acting like they know. They're surprised that you're not talking about like that. Like they'll come to me and say, Oga, we will work for you. We will work for you. Honestly, we are with you. Do you know what they mean? Do you know what they mean by they will work for you? Not just that. You're gonna pay them anyways, because look, when somebody leaves their house, goes out with you morning to night, and they're not gainfully employed, how are they going to take care of their bills? How are they going to eat? You're going to pay them anyways. But they don't, whereby you are telling them, I want to pay you to come and campaign with me, to come and go out on the street, to distribute my flyers, to paste my posters. They are waiting for you to start talking the real deal. And what's the real deal? How you're going to print the ballot papers for them, how you're going to grab the ballot box, how you're going to go and collect the PVCs from people. That's what they're waiting for you to do, because that's what they know about politics all their life. All elections that they participated, that's how it's done. So they actually say, Oga, we want to help you. And I say, how do you want to help me? Say, Oga, do you know that after elections, somebody will come to me and say, Oga, I try for you. I said, how did you try for me? He said, in my own place, I made sure that you got 10. That 10 that you saw. And he's proud to tell me this. And I'm supposed to recognize and give him money.
Of course.
And he will be like, he's actually angry that after he risks himself to, now listen to this. He worked for the other party, the big party, and he printed like 200 for them, but he made sure that he put 10 for you.
He did you a favor.
Exactly.
So going back to this election thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I find is that, people come out and, overseas, politics and elections is a continuous process. Whereas I see that in Nigeria, you don't hear about anybody until maybe 2 years, 1 year to the elections. Are you guys, the AAC, going to, continue to send your messages to the people? From now, in the next 4 years, to galvanize your message to them, as opposed to let's wait until 2022 and then we start campaigning?
I'm glad you asked that. You see, AAC is an afterthought. And if I say this, people are going to be like, oh, then you guys were not serious. No, but we are factual about things. Okay. There was never AAC. What we were is the Take It Back movement. We were never planning to be part of this whole thing that was happening. This decision was taken about a couple of months ago. You know, our party is just 5 months, 5 months old. Okay. 5 months, exactly. So, Sowore, you know, he publisher of Sahara Reporters, he got fed up. He was fed up with what was going on. And he got his friends together. It's just, guys, we got to do something. So we have to take back this country. We got to take back this country. So that's how we started as Take It Back movement. So yeah. When we were agitating, when we were pressurizing, we started writing stuff, we started holding town hall meetings, started encouraging young people that, hey guys, we need to rise up, we need to take back our country. And then we realized that we're just going to be shouting and shouting to the wind and not make any impact if we don't actually contest in the election. Yeah. That's when we started thinking about contesting. But when we were thinking about contesting, we were not even thinking about a party. All we wanted was to get Sowore a platform to contest as the president of Nigeria. That's all we're looking for. So we started talking to so many parties, but the problem was that all these parties were already formed in their ideologies. They were formed in structure, and their owners, just like you said, their foundation is rooted in mediocrity, in corruption, and all of. And we're not going to have any of those. So okay, no, I'm coming. So we went ahead to say, you know what? Since we cannot work with any of these parties, we're going to have to come up with a brand new party. And that's what led to the birthing of AAC, the African Action Congress. And now that's how we now started fielding. We didn't field candidates in all of the states and in all the elections because we didn't even have enough. There was not enough time. We just hit the ground running. We are learning to crawl and walk and run at the same time. So now that the elections are over, if you notice all our publications, all our flyers, all our posters, we always had Take It Back movement written on it. So now we're going to come back to who we are. We are the Take It Back movement. And now we're coming after everybody. Even this government, we're sitting back, we're going to be the watchdog. 1 week after, once they swear them in, we're going to be policing them. 1 week after, we're going to go after them and say, what did you do? How are you measuring up? Because remember, in AAC, in Take It Back movement, we already have a shadow government. For every post, and this is something that will interest people, for every department in the federal government of Nigeria, we have that department in Take It Back movement. So we have hot-headed guys analyzing our economy, analyzing education, analyzing power, and we're going to keep on checkmating them. We're going to keep on sending, like you talked about, we're going to engage our youth. We're going to keep talking to the citizenry from very soon. We're just resting from the political thing, and we're going to hit back very soon.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Because this was a question that actually bothered me.
Yeah.
I didn't think that Sowore was the right person that would have gotten my vote.
Tell me why.
Because Sahara Reporters #1, right? Number two, I don't think he did enough to, what's the word I'm looking for? He didn't do enough to plant the seeds of his movement in my heart and mind.
I will answer that.
Sure.
I'll answer all that.
Go ahead.
Okay. You see, just like I've told you, a regular politician would have done otherwise. Yes. A group of people who sat down and wanted, because politics in Nigeria is like business. So if this group of human beings wanted to come and participate in the Nigerian politics the way it is done, they would have built up structures. Remember, they would have gone after the big money bags. They would have had sponsors. You just don't go into politics. You know what I'm saying? They would have done the way, but this was a movement. And you can go back and see how we started. It was a movement. Look, we're just, you sitting there, you know, my brother, that you are not satisfied with the state of the country, obviously. That's why you're doing these programs. Yeah. I am not satisfied. Our generation have been robbed. You know, when I talk about the youth, I'm going to be 50 this year. People say, oh, Chidi, but you're not a youth. What's this thing about youth? I say, hold on, my brother. The youth in Nigeria, we've suffered arrested development. We are not, see, the youth bracket in Nigeria is from around 15 to 65.
Are you serious?
I'm saying a youth. What are you saying? How dare you not call me a youth? My mates in other places, by now, they're going on retirement. They're no longer working. Either they have things that their parents left for them, or through the social insurance system, or through their accumulating things in school. They've lived life. But at the age, my mates who I left secondary school with, back in Nigeria, they were still asking me for money, that they are still thinking of what business they are going to start. At 50 years, they are still a youth.
You know, I'm laughing, but I'm laughing a tragic laughter, because everything you said, I agree with. You know, because you find 35-year-old guys still living in their parents' houses. They can't even afford to buy a car.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So if at 35, they will not even own their car. When kids abroad leave their homes at 18, at 19 years, you're not proud to say that you're living in your parents' house.
So there's a comment from the floor saying that our generation have been robbed, like we're talking about, but let's not lie. We, the youth, are aiding and abetting the crimes of today.
No, remember what I told you. Listen, in all honesty with our youth, I was frustrated. I was angry. My mode of campaigning initially was I was so pissed off, because a youth will walk up to me and say, "Oh boy, if you don't give us money, man, forget it. If you don't give us money, just yap. They talk. You're just talking. Well, which one is ideology? Give me money." It was frustrating to me, because a couple of years back, youths don't do that now. You don't beg for money. So, but you come to understand, just like I've told, like we've just talked about, that these guys, for a couple of years now, they don't know any different. They don't understand. Like the system that they were born into, that they were bred inside, is full of corruption. They don't know any better, you know. So it's in fact, you sound very antisocial when you're trying to tell them that the elections shouldn't be rigged. Honestly, in my locality, I was nearly, in fact, I'm sure I was in the virtual ostracized from our community, because I seem to be going the other way around. When, as a community, they have already decided what they were going to do. And this thing they were going to do is just centered on corruption. Even that, I don't know. How can we go back now? How can I go back and tell them not to steal? How can I go back and tell them not to rig? How can I go back and tell them not to be involved in corruption? How?
So the question is, the how is you provide them another viable alternative. There's a lady asking the question. She says, so you came to Nigeria, you campaigned, you lost, and then you left. Why not stay on the ground and start the change you speak about?
Because, let me tell the lady this thing. she should go back. She should go back and read my antecedents. People like me. I've been here, it's going to be 12 years in April. For every single year I've been here, I've gone back to Nigeria. I have done events and I have actively participated in the affairs of Nigeria more than the people who are sitting in Nigeria. That's what they don't understand. I have a foundation that, I have done things. Even in the last electoral dispensation, I worked for the what did we call it? Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. And we went around the whole world campaigning, trying to sensitize people for peaceful elections in Nigeria. And I traveled back to Nigeria with my team. So I've brought the Canadian government and the member of parliament back to Nigeria. We went around the states. We went to Ile-Ife. I went to meet Oni of Ife. I went to meet Oba of Benin. I went to meet Ezozo of Oka. We brought all of them back here to Canada. We've been doing because we live in it is even better for me. Let me tell you what people don't understand. I have a worship media, a media company. News will break out in Nigeria. Yes. We will get the news here. We will download it quickly. We will edit it and we'll push it out on Facebook. Meanwhile, the blogger in Nigeria is still going through their internet like this. So we break.
Now you are abusing us. Now you want to abuse Arrested Development.
You know, when if I send you a video, you know what happens? You know what I discovered? A lot of people, I send them a video, then they come on WhatsApp. Once they see that it's a video, they just say, "Whoa, amazing!" They didn't watch the video; they're just commenting. You know,
that's true. A lot of our people, we don't read and our attention span is too short.
Too short. Anyway, so in answer to that question, just like people live in Lagos, just like people live in Port Harcourt, just like people do business in Enugu, that is their base. My base is here in Canada. That's where I earn a living. That's where my family is. I don't have to be right there in Nigeria. Just after the election, people went back to Port Harcourt, people went back to Jos, people went back to Enugu. I came back to Toronto. It's the same thing. That's what it is.
Okay, so let me ask you this other question. Because I know what I think, but let me ask you, do you think that the Nigerians in the diaspora are doing as much as they can for the development of Nigeria?
No, I don't think so. And I forgot to, I don't know if I answered the question about Omoyele Sowore. Did I?
No, you didn't.
Okay, I didn't. So you were saying that you didn't think that he convinced you enough, to believe in his thing. But you have to, and we're not ashamed to say this. Politics requires a lot of money. We are more excited and we are more fulfilled more than the guys who won the election. I'm giving you a secret. In our secret, you should see us rejoicing because we did what we actually we overdid ourselves. We didn't know we were going to be able.
Well, you got 10.
See, we didn't know that we were going to be able to do what we did. We went into that place with zero money. We started raising money online. It was $1, $2, $3. It was live. People were seeing it. We raised about 150 million naira. This is 150 million naira is what the other parties will spend in a ward, not even a local government area.
One afternoon.
What? Oh, okay. I'm glad you know. So for us, for Omoyele Sowore to have toured the 36 states, for him to have done everything that he did, we did posters, we did billboards, we appeared on television, we were on radio. You see, he did what he could do based on what he had. And so for us, it was a good outing. Did we achieve exactly what we wanted to achieve? No, but you know what? Based on what we had, based on the card that we were dealt, I think we did outstandingly well.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's more that we could have done if we had the resources. We could have rented. I remember one time I was joking with him. I said, hey, show, man, can you imagine? There's no, we have to put up your billboard. We have to put up your billboard in Enugu. Look, this other guy has his billboard. This other guy, why are you guys not putting up a billboard in Enugu? You know what he told me? And I never realized that. He said, Chidi, let me tell you something. I don't even have money to put any billboard anywhere. I didn't put any billboard. That's you know, and it hit me like, oh my goodness. And I thought it was only this place. So he didn't have the money. Forget all these loud mouths that are just running there. I don't even have time for them online. Ate money, didn't eat money, staying. If you knew what this guy performed a miracle. He was a magician. What he did with the money that he had, nobody, no politician has. And the fact that people are talking about us, that's a huge plus. That's a huge
achievement. I totally agree. The reason why I asked the question about the diaspora is that obviously, you know, the economics of your Canadian dollar and American dollar. That 150 million is very small. I believe if you guys had done a more concerted effort in funds raising, right? Because I also saw that there was a lot of infighting between all the Take It Back group, right? I think this is just my own view.
No. I can see, if you know me, you know I'm no holds barred. I what you see is what you get. Okay. Yeah. Nobody. I say it the way it is. Okay, and you can take it to the bank. See, whenever you're gonna float a political organization, even if it's not a party, there's gonna be all of these things happening. These are things that every organization goes through. Okay, these are the pains of just like a woman who is getting pregnant, you know, who is in labor, who is gonna give birth to a baby. So all of these things that are happening, anybody would tell you this is what you expect whenever people come together. So they are not strange. In fact, more terrible things happen in other organizations. You see, people. I have been part of, because I am close. Let me say I'm in the leadership of Taking Back movement, and African Action Congress. But I have been in meetings where we are all cracking our heads. Apart from the money that you see that was raised, let me tell you, that money was for running the election. But apart from that, we will come together in meetings and the DG will be like, hey guys, man, we need to raise 1 million naira. Like now, there is something that needs to be done in one area. And all of us will begin to contribute money. And when we finish contributing this money, we will send the money to another area, and I'll be part of another group where the people are actually saying, is it only 1 million naira that they sent? And when I heard that they raised 150 million, you know, and I'll be laughing and I wouldn't even say anything, because guess what? I also contributed part of this money that this guy, and you know what? Let me tell you another thing people thought. People thought that the 150 million was sitting down, not being touched.
Yes.
They didn't understand that, just like you said, 150 million is what you spend in a day. People don't understand it. This money, as it's being raised, is being used. They're using it to settle things that, oh my goodness. I'm not gonna hold, and yet I will hold a fort for APC, for AAC. But you see, we were open. We asked people to help us. We were not ashamed to beg. We asked people for ideas. We asked people to help us raise money. Omoyele Sowore was every night. He was on air begging for people, raising money every day. I tried to raise money also, okay? So if we knew like, if you accuse us, it will sound like you're saying we knew what to do, but we didn't do it. I want you to understand.
No, that's not my argument. My argument is, like, my argument was I didn't think that he was the right person for the youth, quote unquote, to galvanize behind and make an impact. That's why.
But see, look at it this way. You, me, every other youth out there, we got fed up with what was going on. Okay, yeah. So now for Moyele Sowore, he didn't have to.
Sorry, Chidi, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
As much as I say that he wasn't my choice, right? But I still respect him for standing up and doing what he did. I respect their attempts.
No. But of course, you're within your right to. It's a free world. You have a right to choose who you want. You know, you mustn't like who I like, right? But what I'm trying to say is that all of us saw what was going on. He took a step forward to do something. Remember, it wasn't only him. There were so many other young candidates, and you know, I applaud all of them. There was Fela Toye, there was Kingsley Moghalu, there was all of them. We were all the crusaders. We decided to do something. I left my comfort, I left my business for 5 months, and people. When you say it, people think you're prideful, people think you're being arrogant, but you know very well that for me to get up from here and relocate to Nigeria for 5 months, it's not my mind. It wasn't an easy thing. The finances, the discomfort, the danger, the risk, everything. So it wasn't that we all decided to do something. So what we will encourage other people to do, the people who have the ideas, because we don't have the monopoly of ideas, the people who have the idea, the people who know what to do, join hands with us or take the leap, do it. If all of us were able to, you know, come together and do this thing, you know, we will make more impact than we made. But one thing I can assure you, my brothers, the die is cast. We are here. We're not going back. we don't arrive. We're ready. Yeah,
I mean, look. To me, saying you guys really tried. There's next time though. Let me ask: are there in the 6 elections that were postponed for a rerun? Are you guys contesting in any of them?
Well, the Rivers election is where, we're contesting in, I think, 2 of them. I'm not very sure right now.
I think in Rivers State, you guys are supposed to be getting a lot of votes that people don't understand how a party that is 5 months old is getting that kind of votes.
I can address that. You see, we put out a statement out there, and people are just confused about what is going on in Rivers State. You know, in Nigeria, there's a popular thing they say in Pidgin. They say, "Na them they rush us, so na them just they rush us." Like we came out, we are doing our own thing, and anybody who feels like endorsing us, anybody who feels like supporting us, you really can't say no. Okay. You know, it's a democratic thing. Anybody can vote for you. That's why you're contesting an election. So what happened was APC did not have a governorship candidate for Rivers State because of the infighting they were doing and all that. And the election was coming. The incumbent governor is somebody that was their opponent. Okay, the incumbent governor is also the opponent of the African Action Congress. So what they did, like so many other people, it wasn't only APC, they just said, okay, since we're not contesting, we're gonna throw our weight behind this guy because we've looked around and they are the only credible party that we can see. And so what are we supposed to do?
No. I have no problem with that. I'm actually
not you.
I just hope you guys have used you had enough political nous to extract some promises or some different things from them for that.
No, we don't work that way. Listen. remember you've talked about at some point in our interview, you I say interview at some
yes.
At some point in our discussion, you had said that quite unlike in other countries, parties have ideologies. You know, you say the Labour Party is this. And So AAC has an ideology. AAC, we have what we believe in. And so what we believe in is what we're going to stand on. We have not joined, we are not in any agreement with APC. It should be clearly stated. We never sat down, leadership of AAC never sat down with APC to say this and this or sign any. So we are not looking for anything from them. We are just running in an election in Rivers State. And if anybody is doing anything, now them sabi, we did not send them. Okay? If they want to put if they tell their members to vote for us, because how do you know out of 1 million votes that was cast for AAC? How do you know which one is from AAC, which one is from PDP members who are dissatisfied with what is happening in their state? Because it's a private thing. So we can't really reject it because you'll be rejecting some people who genuinely voted for you. So all we have to do is trust the body that has been committed with the assignment of conducting the election to conduct a free and fair election. And you will also trust the body that has been committed with the job of bringing people to book who have broken the law to go ahead and do what they're supposed to do. If somebody ran away with a ballot box, arrest them and imprison them. We're not stopping anything. If somebody kills somebody, investigate and lock them up. That's what we are standing for. Yeah, okay.
I think I've spoken more politics today than I have in the last 4 years.
Remember, I told you that I can't talk without discussing politics.
Yes. I just decided to indulge you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Up, man.
Yeah.
So when are you coming back to Nigeria for round 2?
When am I coming back to? Well, we're gonna see how we're gonna take it one day at a time. We've just politics has been done. Some winners have been declared. Some things are inconclusive. So we'll still watch what is happening. And then I've come back to my base. I incidentally, disappointingly to some people, I have a job and I work. I don't go and pluck money from apple trees, or sweep it from the road. I actually have to work and make money. Having spent so much money in the past 5 years, 5 months. So I need to spend time with my family, reconnect with my clients that I've disconnected with for 5 months. You know how it is here. You have to work.
I have one question. I forgot.
Go ahead.
So, I said that I don't think Sowore is the right person, although I respect him for coming out and I applaud his efforts, right?
Yeah.
If somebody else came that had more mass appeal and more support from the people, do you think he would move his organization behind that person to support that person?
One thing I know about Sowore is a very dynamic person. Sowore lives life. It's not complicated. You would have to. It's not complicated. He would tend towards what is best for the country first before what is best for himself. So it's not a question I'm going to stand here and answer for him. But what I can assure you is that Sowore will go for what is best for he truly actually believes in Nigeria. He truly actually believes in helping the masses of this country. So but of course, when they were going to do the coalition, remember, he went with other young candidates, other progressives, and he was going to talk about, yes, he was going to stand behind whoever was chosen as the person to lead the pack. It's just that he saw something that was wrong in the process. So if a process is done, fair and square, and somebody else is nominated or chosen as the one to lead the youth, to lead the young generation, like me and you, who are still youths. Why not? Why not? We will help whoever to succeed. It's not really about Sowore. It's about the movement. It's about the generation who have been robbed. Yeah. That's what it's been about all the time.
All right. Chidi, thank you very much for your time. Give us some insights. I've learned a few good things about AAC and about yourself, and I thank you for your attempt to wrestle power from the rest of those from the people, from our elders who told us that one day this country will be yours about 100 years ago.
Till we die, we'll meet them in heaven still saying the same thing. That's for those of them who will make heaven.
Absolutely. All right, bro. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you for what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bro.
Yeah.
So that was Chidi. Chidi was just talking about his experiences with AAC and Sowore. And, for me, that was a very great conversation because at least he has perfect insights into, the different the challenges that the so-called youth, well, like you said, our youth are suffering from development. So at least that's somebody I know who has been in the trenches with the political system, which we all know is not easy to get into. So, we need to start working for 2023. And I always try and tell as many people as possible, we need to start getting into local governments, House of Senate, State House of Assemblies. Let us take this country back, because right now it's not working for us. It won't work for our children.